How's it going? This is Philosoph, and this is my third Valkyrie's video out of Final Fantasy Tactics 1.3 Deep Dungeon. As per the usual, starting off my squad right here. As you're going to be seeing, everyone here has auto haste. Ramza here has 15 speed, and all of the chemists have 13 speed. And Ramza notably also has transparent. What my initial plan is to throw a guided lich out there to knock out some of them, and then mop the rest up with item. I initially had tried just straight up auto haste an item, but these are very strong vampires, and I died. This night, for example, if I had more Excaliburs, I could probably pull off with that strat, but I didn't have any on hand, so I just said screw it, gonna be summoning. Because if everyone has re-raise and auto haste, then it's basically one on mine. I could usually just zerg them down. But in this situation, they do way too much damage for me not to have re-raise, and I also happen to have auto haste, which means no haste perfume. Anyways, these are vampires, and they are humanoid versions of the monster, which means that they have about 20 speed, unhasted. They have 60 MA, and they have about 20-25 PA. As far as all their secondaries and everything else goes, they have like draw out elemental. They're equipped with dictionaries. One of them has punch out with martial arts, 25 PA, and strength and earth. So she's pretty deadly too. So if I get anywhere near these things, they'll just blow me up. So I'm going to be using, like I said before, a lich guided on to the floor by Ramza, and should weaken him up a little bit enough that I can then come in with the chemist crew and sweep up the rest. Despite all their advantages, these priests don't have the best range in the world, so I can usually just keep my distance and just move very slowly down and kill them one by one, because they can't revive very well because they're immortal flagged and they're undead. So I don't have to worry about that. This little helper chick, she's there basically as a meat shield. She kills one of them and then she dies. She's pretty damn worthless, but she's nice to have as a vampire hunter that I have to save, I guess. One of the things I encountered in one of my reset attempts was the vampire that had draw out knew Mass Moon, and when you see all of these little priests hasted, they're rocking about now 30 speed, and that is not pretty. Here's Ramza's turn. I'll be throwing out Lich in a little bit. How his speed works out is he could get about half of them somewhere where he knew they'd be, and the other half are moving right now just because they are 1 speed point behind him, because he has about 22 effective right now and they all have 21. But it was happy to see that about half of them walked into the Lich. I have 3 of my summoners casting because it is not the most accurate thing in the world, and there's low phase and Zodiac that really comes into play. As you like see right here, I got 1 out of Rhea's with 2. So where those fail, I have 3, even though I only need 2 to connect. Really ups my odds. But let's see, we got 2 hits out of her, and this one will be landing. Looks like 2. Yeah, 2. That one in the corner missed all 3. It happens, but that's partially what this guy's for. Now that the Lich is resolved, now comes the fun part of spamming Phoenix down, because in addition to being a vampire, they also have cursed rings to give them that cool undead effect, but also make them horribly weak to Phoenix down. With Rhea's, I have all 3 of my chemists about to move right here, so my current plan is to have the one in the back take the closest one, so they ought to move about the same way. I don't have to do all too many like Hail Mary-esque teleports, but I decided to do one with this chick because, well, that one's taken care of by the one way in the back. So I may as well go forward a little bit. Not going to work out. Meh, whatever, she'll sit up top. This chemist comes up, Sees your target, goes for it, throws Phoenix down, and hey, it's 100% success. Who knew? Like I said before, some of these are armed with dictionaries, and as you can see, that's 640 damage out of a dictionary, which is absolutely sick. But that's what monster stats can do in the hands of a human. But that's also partially why they add Hamato. I initially left it on by accident on one of my reset attempts, and then I realized how awesome it was in this sort of situation, because I use it against the assassins quite well, and anything else that these vampires could do is very likely to one-shot me. What Ramza just did right there is he realized that the priest he was about to attack was not going to die and had counter, which means that Ramza was probably about to die. However, the priest that was charging was a Cancer, and my Ramza is a Capricorn, which meant best compat, so I took my chances, went out, teleported, and realized it was a kill shot, thanks to that steel needle trap. So killed her before Golem went off. Don't think it really would have mattered much, because no one else is doing physical damage but Ramza. But it killed her, and that's what matters most. It's also kind of weird that with Bloodsuck, if a person gets bloodsucked, they will be bloodsucking. If they try to bloodsuck a priest, they'll lose HP, but they're still going to try it. But hey, thanks to Phoenix down, the battle's won, and I get Deborah. Awesome. Later.